becomes more and more important. And that's for every guy here. We got to do it better. Our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. It's all about what does it take to break you.
And welcome to Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV. Thank y'all for tuning in. Today we got a big show for y'all. Today we will be discussing this Tennessee versus Alabama game. And I got some big time guests on today. Got Sports Talk Jay, Tennessee guy, my guy Kangaroo Black, and my man TriStar be on with us shortly. So y'all, I'm about to bring my guests in. Please show everybody some love. And let's have some fun tonight. How's it going?
What's going on, brother?
All right, here we go.
Yes, sir.
It's the third week.
Yes,
This
sir.
is a big week. It's I've been waiting for it all year. Now I'm not gonna lie, I've enjoyed the last 11 months and 3 weeks of actually having a victory over Bama because it's been a long time coming, and it's been really nice. I don't know what's going to happen after Saturday, but I have enjoyed it during that time because I was like, you never know.
Yes. Well, I know for us Alabama fans, we've been waiting for some months to get back to the game. Last year, it was an epic game. I'd say it was a good game, but it did not end the way we wanted this thing to end, and we looking for our revenge this year. I will say that.
I'm gonna just put it this way: I'm waiting to after the game to buy my cigar.
Yeah, it's that game could have so gone the other way last year. It was almost like we were just that ball that helicoptered through, and you had that great kicker that missed just barely to the right. And my brother was at the game, and he claims there was a big gust of wind that hit that kick. If you'll notice, when your kicker hit it, it shifted to the right suddenly.
Yes.
He said there was a 20 to 30 mile an hour gust of wind that went through that stadium. And he said, and my brother is a golfer. He's actually a great golfer, and has played on the senior tour a little bit. And he said that wind hit that ball. He said, I would bet my life on it. And he said that's why that didn't go in, because it didn't make sense that your kicker does not miss. He's Mr. Consistency.
That's what I call the football gods. They came that day.
Well, they finally shined on the Vols after 15 some odd years. It was like we just can't put them through any more grief.
Well, football gods need to show up Saturday for in Bryant Dennis Stadium.
Yes, please.
I think Saban's only lost like a couple of times at that place. I mean, he just
he lost to Texas A&M in Tuscaloosa.
Mm-hmm.
Did he lose? He lost to LSU in Tuscaloosa too, I think.
Yes.
I think that was that 9-6 game.
Yeah. I think he's lost a couple. Yeah. He's not lost much.
Maybe no, it ain't much. He lost to Ole Miss. He lost to Ole Miss. It ain't much.
No, it's not. It's a very difficult place to play, and it's and we have every team struggles away for the most part, except for I guess Georgia and then Alabama until the last year or so. But it's very hard to play away in the SEC. It's so difficult, and we're no different. We have a tough time. Our only loss is away this year.
So y'all, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank everybody for tuning in. Means a lot to me. I see a lot of new faces. I see a lot of Vol fans. Thanks for y'all tuning in. That's what I was expecting tonight. So let's get into it tonight, guys.
Hold on, before you start,
ask you, how do you feel about the Tennessee Volunteers right now at this point of the season?
Kangaroo, what'd you have to say? You said you wanted to say
I just want to apologize to them Tennessee Vols fans for getting their sack stat wrong. I missed James Pierce Jr.'s 6 sacks, okay? Y'all got 24 sacks. I know. I just missed James Pierce Jr., okay? He got 6 sacks on the season. So it seems like he wreaking havoc. So I just want to get that out there.
Yeah, no worries there. Yeah, he's been something else. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick Saban Jr. With your question. You had a question for me.
Yes, I was asking you, how do you feel about your Tennessee Volunteers coming into this game and at this point in the season right now?
I feel fantastic about our ability to run the ball. I'm delighted with our defense. I'm deeply concerned about a quarterback position, and that's the most important position. I just don't know that Joe can get it done in a very difficult environment, because it takes a special quarterback to win at Tuscaloosa. It just does. I just don't know that an average quarterback can win there. I think you've got to be great, and you've got to be a little lucky too. And I'm concerned about Joe's ability to perform in an environment like that, because he struggled at Florida, and everybody struggled at Florida. I mean, crap.
Yeah.
For some reason we can't win at the Swamp. It's just some sort of, I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's my concern is there. If he will run the ball, like he did at the second half, he could be a fantastic runner, but he doesn't like to run. I don't know whether he doesn't like contact or whether it's just his style. But if he could run, I would feel a lot better about our chances, but I don't know that he's going to do that. So there could be some 3 and outs, and that's not going to be good, because your stadium will go on fire if that happens.
Yeah, man. I'm expecting the crowd to show up, man. That's one thing as Bama fans we complain about is the crowd. And it gets loud, but I just feel like when you go to other places, it seems like their fan base is more into it than ours has been lately. But hopefully the fans remember what happened last year, and we come to show up. But
well, I can explain that for you, exactly what's happening to your crowd. They are spoiled rotten. Absolutely spoiled rotten. They've won so much that it's hard for them to get up for a game, because the only games they get up for are playoff games, SEC championships, and national championships. And if it's not that, what's to be excited about?
I agree.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
So, Cat B, we talk about it a lot. And I'm going to ask you, how are you feeling about the Alabama Crimson Tide coming into this game?
Now, I'm going to be real. I'm just like last week, just like against Texas A&M, I'm nervous because of the offensive line play.
Yes.
I don't watch Tennessee defense, and I know Tennessee defense is one of the best. Well, they have one of the best front sevens in college football.
Yes.
Okay, they said that about Texas A&M, but we managed to get through Texas A&M, so hopefully we can get through Tennessee. But that's my main concern is their front seven against our offensive line. And our offensive line ain't very good.
No.
We averaging giving up 5 sacks a game. And I think we'll probably give up that many again.
I see that happening.
I think not Joe Milton, but Jaylen Milroe going to have to run from this game. Which, we just talked about. He may have a hamstring injury. I don't know, but he need to run some, and he need to throw the ball away. Throw the ball away if he don't find nobody open and he can't run. Throw the ball away.
With Jaylen Milroe, we have to get him to hit the short routes. He can't always have the deep ball. I know he has a good deep ball, but he has to hit the underneath routes as well, because
that's true.
That's gonna help bring up safeties as well. That's gonna help bring, get the dudes out the backfield as well. But he gotta hit those, because there's times that I feel like we can get big plays, but we can't get a completion or a good thrown ball when it comes to the short routes. Yeah.
And then, but I would like to see the matchup between our defense and their running game. They got a great running game.
Oh, I want to see.
I want to see our defense match up against that run game. And I think if they focus on stopping the run and putting the game on Joe Milton, if they're going to win, I would rather for them to win that way.
Yes, facts.
And not just run up and down the field on us.
Yes.
I'd rather see them run that way. And if they can win that way, they're going to give Joe Milton a whole lot of confidence.
Yeah, exactly. And as a Bama fan, you know what I mean. I speak how I feel. I heard people talk a lot of crap about Joe Milton. Honestly, okay, yeah, he has inconsistent points, but honestly, for the most part, he actually been good. Honestly, to me, he has been good.
Yeah, we understand that he only threw 100 yards last week, but they don't play what, 6 games? I think 4 out of the 6 he done threw for over 200 yards.
Yes.
So
yeah, last week was his worst outing.
Yeah,
he struggled, and Texas A&M, they've got a good solid defense. That front seven, he had to get rid of the ball pretty quickly, and I think that was part of it. And then the thing is about Joe didn't get a lot of help from his wide receivers. One fella, Ramel Keaton, dropped literally a ball that was just golden for a touchdown. And then a couple other guys dropped some easy ones. And then he had 3 passes and I don't usually ever complain about the refs. I just don't do it. But there was some pass interferences that were very clear. But unfortunately, the ref was on the other side of the players and just didn't see it. I don't think they were over there going, "Oh, I see that, and I'm not going to call it." They were blocked, so they didn't see the guy grab his arm and to where they couldn't catch the passes. So that was a few of it, but I don't like to make a ton of excuses on that. You've got to play through a lot of that kind of stuff, and our wide receivers are not as good as last year. They're just not.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Brew McCoy being out might have an effect on their game.
Yeah, that was his dog. I'm telling you, he loved Brew McCoy. That was his go-to guy. His security blanket is what he was, because he could catch anything. That guy has asbestos hands. I don't care what you throw, he's going to get it.
Yeah,
and he's also big and tough, and he does a great job blocking on those bubble screens that we run a lot of, which is sort of an extension of the run. And we don't have that big bully out there to block your cornerbacks, so we can throw that little sideline pass that Joe's he likes that pass because it's fairly easy and he's real good at it. That's hard for us to run now without having a bully out there. Now we're going to have Keaton or Nimrod out there, and they're weighing 190, and Brew was 225 and tough as nails.
Right.
And I will say another thing I noticed last week. I think y'all got y'all center back.
Oh, that was big.
That was big for Tennessee offensive line. That was big for Tennessee offensive line. So the question I want to ask you, and how do you feel about the offensive line, y'all offensive line versus our defensive line? Because I'm real confident in our defensive line now as well. I hope front seven. I'm very confident in that. And I know when y'all got y'all center back, that was big for y'all offense last week.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about our offensive line as long as Cooper Mays is in the middle of it. He directs everybody and calls all the protections, and he's exceptionally good at that. He's going to play Sundays. He just will. His brother's already in the NFL. His dad was. I mean, that's just a whole long list of guys that played in the NFL. But I know, look, it's Alabama. It's Alabama, and their defensive line is going to be stacked. They're loaded with 4 and 5 stars from Your defensive line will be fine. I have no concern of that, and we just need to match up as best we can against them and hope that we can move the ball. We're going to need to run the ball, unfortunately, which is hard to do against Alabama. But if we do not run the ball, we're going to struggle because I don't think we can rely on Joe to take us down the field the way Hendon Hooker did.
And, that's what impressed me last week about y'all. Y'all was able to run the ball on Texas A&M. And somebody told me that was telling me like they don't see anything impressive about that Texas A&M front seven that we was talking about. They were like, Tennessee just ran all over them. And I was like, you talking about the same defense that we couldn't run on? I'm like, so to me, that was very impressive. But I'm going to ask you. Go ahead.
Well, Texas, I'm sorry, go ahead, Kangaroo.
No, you got it. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Texas A&M's front seven is one of the best in the country.
Yes.
They are absolutely stacked. They did have 2 injuries that really hurt them in that game, but it was later on in the game. It's not like it was they lost him for the whole game. One was Nolan. I can't remember his last name.
Walter Nolan.
Yeah, that's him, Nolan. Yeah, Walter Nolan. That was one of them, but that was like in the third quarter, I think. But we were running the ball right off the bat. That surprised me. I really did not think we could run against Texas A&M. That really surprised me. Part of that is we've got a three-headed monster in the backfield.
Yes.
And part of it was Nealand. I'm worried that our offense is going to struggle in that noise. I think it'll be tough.
Yeah. So, KB, I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about our front seven, our defensive line and our linebackers against that Tennessee offensive line?
I feel good about it. But you know what? I think this game we're going to need to go 8 in the box. Because we know they're going to run the ball. We know it. And like I said, I'd rather put the game in Joe Milton's hand. If you're going to beat us that way.
Yeah.
Don't let them. Why would you come in a game and let them do what you know they're going to do or what they are best at? And they are best at running. They averaging over 200 yards a game.
A game, yeah.
So I would put 8 in the box and leave everybody else one-on-one.
And you know, I trust our secondary one-on-one against those receivers this year. They don't have the Hyatt this year. Other guys,
Squirrel White ain't no joke now.
No, he ain't no joke. But I still trust our secondary versus their receivers. I trust that more. And Will McCoy, you know, he's gone. We all know that. So I trust those matchups in one-on-one, and I'm with you on that. I will stack 8 in the box, and let's see if Joe Milton can do it. Let's see if he can do it.
Now, if we put 8 in the box and they still running, we might be in some trouble.
Ooh, hey, because one of my things is when I'm looking at this game, I was like, our defensive end got to keep them inside. Then you start looking at the Tennessee game again, you be like, but if you force them inside, your defensive line, y'all got to step up in the run lanes in the middle because them dudes can gas you up the middle too. Tennessee run game is the truth.
It's just the middle linebackers got to get in the hole.
Yes, got to stop the run lanes, yes.
So, but I think it's going to be a good matchup, man. I ain't going to lie. But like I said, I'm going to put 8 in the box all day.
I think the only way we could run on you with 8 in the box is Joe Milton would have to run a lot because I know, you know, if I'm playing defense, I'm not expecting him to hold the ball. I'm not expecting him to keep it. If he does run once, there's almost no chance he's going to hold it the second time. And I would keep that in my mind because he's only going to run so much. I just, you know, he doesn't like it. He actually is pretty darn good at it too, which is a shame. The guy ran at 21.3 miles per hour top speed.
Yeah, the dude is fast.
Gosh, I mean, it's like, how can you be that fast and not want to run? Jeez, it drives me crazy. The guy's so talented, but I think he's spent his whole life hearing what a fantastic arm he's got. Yeah. That he just wants to show off that arm. You know, it's just like everybody talks about it. And the entire year I'm sitting here going, I don't care if you can throw it 80 yards. I want to know, can you throw it accurately 20 yards? That's what I care about.
And, you know, that was one of the big talks that we were hearing all off season is how far he can throw the ball, And I'm with you. Most of these guys in college football has a cannon, but accuracy is the important thing. Can you hit the 20-yard throws? Can you hit the slants and stuff in the middle? Can you hit those easy throws? Because those are the throws that can make or break the game at times.
Yeah, that timing of that too. And you've got, with our system, the way it's set up, you've got to throw that ball early and assume where that player is going to be. And the thing with guys with big arms, and they grow up this way in high school. I remember we had a couple of them in our high school. They don't like to do that. They like to wait for the guy to get open and then showboat that arm. And you can't do that in SEC play. You just can't, because you'll throw it late. You'll throw it behind the guy and you'll get intercepted, which has happened to us a couple of times. He didn't look off you've got to look off the safety. If you do not look him off, he's just going to hover back there and he's going to make you look very foolish.
That happened to us too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very frustrating. And it's, you know, they'll trick you too. I mean, they're back there, you know, they're playing like, oh, I'm going to come over here. And then they slide over. it's very tricky. And you've got Saban, who is a secondary master. He knows how to disguise those coverages, and it makes it very difficult. That's what he made his bones at Michigan State, and several other places. He always has great secondary play.
So, now the good thing about us, we can play 8 in the box, and Caleb Downs, he's good at coming downhill.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. He's going to come down and help.
And see, we was talking on Twitter. I was on Twitter there. I was in the Bama space, and we was talking about Caleb Downs, how much he growed up since his Texas game. I would say, I think he needed that Texas game. I think after that Texas game, he started trusting the team more. He stopped trying to play hero ball, showing that everybody that he's that number one dude coming out of high school, and he started trusting the team more. So after that Texas game, you seen Caleb Downs grow up a lot more, and now he's balling lights out. He had a heck of a game last week, so I'm liking what I'm seeing from Caleb Downs, man.
We need Malachi Moore to come back.
Yeah, we need him. We need him.
Yeah.
Hey, KB, I want to ask you this. That Tennessee offense, they like to go fast. How do you think we fare against Tennessee when they start going fast?
Well, I think we'll be all right this year because they running.
Yeah.
They ain't as high powered as they was last year in the passing game. So I think we'll be all right since they are run first offense now.
Yeah.
I don't expect this game to be a high scoring game. Like I said, I think I had 28-17 or something like that. It ain't gonna be in the 40s this year.
Nah, I don't see it neither.
And both offenses are different now.
Yeah.
Like we can't score all them points. Like we scored 49 last year. They scored 52. It could have been either way. All right. We don't have a Bryce Young. They don't have a Hendon Hooker. I think we both. I think our passing game is a little bit better than theirs. But even though Tennessee got the front seven like they got, we still going to have to put some runs in there.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to have to run the ball. So, Sports Talk Jay, I want to ask you the same thing. Overall, I'm going to just ask you, y'all complete offense versus our defense. How do you see this going for your offense?
I think we'll struggle scoring points down there. Like I said, I think it'll be similar to how we did against Florida. I think we'll score probably I think if we could get to 27, I'd be really happy, really happy. I don't know if that's possible. It'll probably be in the low 20s, high teens, which is probably not going to be enough. I think that Arkansas game's got Alabama people concerned, but I think what happened was you won that big A&M game away, which was huge, in my opinion, especially at College Station.
Yeah.
Then you got up 21-6, and you're thinking, okay, we've got these guys. This is pretty much over. And they snuck back up on you.
Mm-hmm.
And you might have been looking forward to this Tennessee game a little bit. And I'm wondering if it was a noon game, which is always a weird time.
Weird.
I'm just wondering if that game almost got away from you because you weren't fired up enough for it, because you started out real slow and then turned it on in the second quarter, up 21-6, and then just like kind of meandered the rest of the time. So
yeah,
my thing, that's why Nick Saban always focus on the day, one play at a time.
Yes.
And they got I feel like they got complacent.
Yeah.
So
it's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And that can happen when you're up 21-6 after the half. You go in there and you're like, man, we just absolutely boat raced them in the second quarter. We got this. And Arkansas playing for their coach, man. They're going to lose their coach.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they are.
Right now. People getting impatient with Sam.
Yeah,
man.
They are.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they lose all these games by one score, 7 points or less.
Yeah.
All of them, except for the Texas. I think it was the Texas A&M game or whoever they lost to. It was all of them except one game, 7 points or less. They done lost 5 in a row, 4 of them 7 points or less.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Y'all know SEC fan base don't care.
They damn sure
You're
don't.
winning or you're losing. And
That's true.
Ricky Bobby, you're either first or you're last.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's going on right now because everybody's making too much money. When you're making 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million bucks, nobody wants to hear excuses.
Now I'm gonna tell you, it's really getting loud in College Station. Them fans, dude. The daggone news anchor called for us firing.
Yeah, it's bad
on TV.
They've got the worst contract. I actually literally feel sorry for Texas A&M fans that they've got this horrible. I don't know how you come up with $70 million plus or 67 after next. How do you do that? And another 10 million for the assistants, and then go out and have to pay some guy extra to get out of some contract that he's in to come in there and hopefully rescue you.
Yes.
There's never been a buyout over 20 million that I know of.
And you did a video yesterday.
I don't know.
You posted a video yesterday that man, you broke all that down, and I was like, God dang, I didn't even think about the assistants.
Oh yeah, they're usually on 2-year contracts, so that could be.
I apologize.
Star, there he is. I knew he was eastbound and down.
Okay, so here's what happened. So I go to pick up this place, right? I'm not going to say where, I won't give out their information. But number one, it takes them 30 minutes because they're focused on one person. They're just being super slow and writing their shit out. Well, then I get this trailer, and the tandems, the tires in the back don't want to slide forward because it's 44,000 pounds. So I had to spend another 30 minutes trying to get that to release. So yeah, that's where I've been at. So don't think I didn't know or I was ignoring you guys. I was having to take care of that issue.
I figured. I had a feeling you'd be popping in here in a minute.
Yeah.
So tell me your thoughts. I just asked Sports Talk today, how does he feel about y'all offense overall against our defense?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like, this has the potential to be very similar to the A&M game last week. This just smells that. Because if you look, yes, Joe Milton has not been playing that great, but a lot of that's not his fault. It's more wide receivers just not catching the ball. And I hear something in the background like there's some kind of catching or something. Like,
yeah, this mine. I can't get it to stop on my end. That's another reason why, guys, I'm not hitting the chats as much.
Okay. Anyways, so here's the thing. When it comes to this game, there's apparently been rumors about Jaylen Milroe and him having apparently a hamstring injury. So, and for the last few games, he's been fairly limited in running the ball. He's had a couple of negative yard games, which again, a lot of that was sacks. So, I just feel like this feels like a 17-14, 14-10 kind of game. Like, I don't see either team having success on offense. And I just think it's the quarterback that'll make the fewest amount of mistakes. Both are fairly mistake prone. So, again, I think, honestly, at this point, I think it's who can establish the run. I think the one team that can establish the run and commit the fewest penalties will most likely win this game. But I'm seeing people putting videos out saying, "Oh, Alabama's going to cover. They're going to win 31-14," and I'm like, I don't see that. I think this is going to be a very low scoring, kind of like the 2009 game or the 05 game where it was 6-3. I could actually see that score happening.
Wow. So, KB, I'm gonna ask you. We high on our defense. We love our defense. This is the defense that we've been waiting for Alabama to get back to dominance. How do you feel about our defensive play versus Tennessee on Saturday?
Hey, I love it. I love it. It's gonna be a challenge, And again, what this game it'll make this defense better.
Yeah.
It'll make this defense better. We got players, we got linebackers that can get from one side of the field to the other pretty quick. We got linebackers that can cover. Okay. And we don't have the issues with on the defense side of the ball that we had the 5 years with Pete Gold. I'll just say that.
Us
We don't
too.
have those issues anymore. Okay,
We don't.
What's that?
I said we don't either. That's what's funny.
Huh?
I said we don't either. So that's what I'm saying.
I know y'all got a great front seven, but I don't know how your secondary is. I really don't know how your secondary is. But
since the Florida game, they've really stepped up.
Okay, because as you know, Tom and Reese like to call these damn deep balls. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is, can our offensive line give them time to throw the ball against Tennessee's front seven?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the issue. That's going to be the issue. Now, we can give up 6 sacks or 7 sacks, but if we just protect them enough like we did at Texas A&M, I think we'll be all right. Other than that, if we can't get them deep balls or if we can't pass the ball, then it's going to be an issue. Because you already know our front seven have an issue with run blocking, pass blocking. So even though we ran for like 170 yards last week, I think that was a one-off.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's the thing, I look at Tennessee, everybody said last week, oh, well, Tennessee's run game is going to get shut down by A&M. Look at that front seven. They held Alabama to 20-plus yards.
I definitely thought that.
And we ran for 232.
But I got to say something about that. You ran
ahead.
for 232 yards.
Okay.
But 0 touchdowns.
It is what it is. I agree. That's that's inexcusable. I mean, when you start a drive on the opponent's 6-yard line inside the 10, you got to score a touchdown. You can't be settling for field goals. You got to get those touchdowns.
Exactly, because I think y'all got 1 touchdown offensively. You got a passing touchdown, and then 2 field goals in that run back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why for me, if I'm the defensive coordinator of this game, I've got one mission, and that is to get Jaylen Milroe. I'm going to try to stop him. I'm going to blitz him. I'm going to put as much pressure on him as I possibly can. He is the key to the game for us. Joe's going to do what Joe's going to do, but we've got to affect Jaylen Milroe. The fact that and look, I hate injuries. I hate injuries. I want everybody to be well. That Brew McCoy almost killed me, but he's limited a little bit. And so we don't have to worry as much about him taking off and running 60, 70 yards, which he is perfectly capable of doing if he's well. That's one of the reasons you didn't run well against Texas A&M. You didn't have that danger of him taking off and just burn. I mean, he will just – that guy when he's 100% is something else. And he's just not – he's clearly not there. So I'm going to go after him. I'm going to try to stop him as much – and he's probably going to burn us once or twice with a long pass. I see that coming. We're going to go after him. He's going to get a ball off, and one of your excellent wide receivers is going to catch it. We don't have quite strong enough defensive secondary to stop that, I don't think. So I'm just going to put all the pressure I can on Jaylen Milroe and make that the key to the defense. And then if we can't stop him, we can't stop him because he can throw the ball pretty decently.
Yep.
My thing, I don't care about him running 40 or 50 yards. I just want him to get positive yards. That's it.
Yeah.
Just get some positive yards, even if it's 2 yards, 5 yards. If you see enough green to get a first down, go for that.
Yeah, and that's my thing too, Milroe. And this game is going. This can be a way that we can get our run game going. If the running backs ain't getting it going, is Milroe. And if we can get Milroe going against Tennessee, I think that brings a lot of complications to Tennessee's defense as well. Milroe, I'm like you, positive yardage or no loss for yardage off of unnecessary sacks. Hold the ball, get the ball out, or go. Quit hesitating and go if you see it. Go. But Milroe, he can be a big piece to this offense for us if he play a complete game. I feel like he can do it. Don't know if he will, but hopefully he does, man.
Yeah, it's amazing to see these two teams from last year having absolute superstar quarterbacks. I mean, Bryce Young, the way he played, and he was injured. Look, that dude had a bad shoulder going in that ball
He
game.
was Harry Houdini out there.
That was unbelievable. How he so deserved to win that ball game, it was ridiculous. The only difference was Hendon Hooker deserved to win too.
Yeah.
That's what it boiled down. That's probably as good a game as I've seen in a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
And now we've got one guy
the polar opposite this year.
Yeah, I think if Jaylen was 100%, we'd be in pretty big trouble. I think we would. We struggle with those true dual threat quarterbacks that can really run. Now we did okay in South Carolina at Neyland with Spencer Rattler, who's quite a fine quarterback. I think he's going to play on Sundays, but he's a dual threat guy, but he's not Jaylen Milroe dual threat. He doesn't have that elite speed. And I think at one time, wasn't Jaylen Milroe the fastest guy on your team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were running him at wide receiver. It looked like they was going to try to move him to wide receiver in the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, he could play wide receiver if he's got good enough hands, because I know he's that guy that once he catches the ball, he could probably really hurt you, especially those little 170-pound guys trying to cover him. And he'll just
And one thing, I like what Joe Milton has been doing as of late the last couple of games. When he does run, he lowers that shoulder. Now, there was a couple of plays where he did run out of bounds, but, I mean, that happens. But
no, that doesn't happen.
Watch out for this. Watch out for this, because I know how much of a headhunter Caleb Downs tries to be. I look for Milton to be running out. And you remember back in 2009 in that Tennessee-Florida game where you had Tim Tebow and Eric Berry just butting heads like that?
I don't remember every single game that Tennessee's ever played the way you do. You'll pull up crap from 1997 and stuff and 1992.
Hey, that's what I told TriStar. TriStar tell you a story from 1967.
Yeah.
He tell it to you like he was there.
I agree. He wasn't even born.
Man, you know what? I hate when Jaylen Milroe lower his shoulder. I hate it. Just run out of bounds or slide. We ain't got nobody after you.
Yeah. That's right, man.
I hate that, man.
That's
we
surprising,
can't
too.
risk our best option at quarterback when you trying to get a highlight.
Well,
Exactly.
Y'all had that big-time guy that you got out of Tennessee. I don't know what's going on with him. And then you got the fellow from Notre Dame. I thought the Notre Dame.
Now, you know what? I think Ty Simpson can run the offense. I do think he can run the offense. But
he's just not that running threat that Milroe is.
Right. He can run, but he's not like Milroe. He'll have to be a pocket passer. And for our offensive line, that ain't gonna work.
Right. He will get killed back there.
Now you can roll him out or attempt to. So, but Jaylen Milroe needs to learn how to slide or get out of bounds.
Absolutely.
Because he took some big hits already.
And see,
that's the one tricky part about being a dual threat guy is you're going to take some hits. You know, Hendon got hit a lot last year, and it's funny that the one injury he got, nobody touched him. And he got smacked. I mean, he got smacked a dozen times. And I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, we got to get the backup ready. And he'd pop right up. And then the one time he takes a cut, trying to run up the middle, and you could just tell it's like somebody shot him. And I was like, oh no. I knew immediately it was the ACL because when a guy goes down with no contact, it's always an ACL. It kills you.
Yep.
That game couldn't have been more tragic for us all the way across the board.
So I got a question for both Sports Talk and TriStar. After this game, win or lose, right? How do y'all feel about the rest of your season?
I feel good. I mean, it all depends on how the game goes. Like, if we go out there and we just forget how to play football, it's going to make me worry about that Kentucky game the very next week. Because historically, with how that series goes, Tennessee, of course, owns that series. But it's like we'll play them in Knoxville and we'll beat them by 50. But then when we go to Lexington, it's always like a one-possession game.
Yeah.
Right.
They always keep it close in Lexington. I still think we win because they're too one-dimensional. Like, all they got's Ray Davis. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, KB, that was a good question because coming in this game means a lot for both of us. This game gonna put either team out the playoffs. Still gonna fight. I don't know if SEC. I know we still can go to the SEC, but you know the goal for us is playoffs. We trying to get to the playoffs, so we both fight for this game. We both fighting it, and this was gonna make this a big matchup.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Last year, it was the 2 superstar quarterbacks played the games of the year. Both of them did, and it just happened to be Tennessee had the ball last. And this year is the polar opposite. Both have quarterback issues. Both are kind of, not what they were last year on offense. Tennessee, of course, I think is a lot better at running the ball than Alabama, especially at running back position. And both defenses are playing way better than what they did last year. So then, like I said, what's the over-under on this game?
I think like 8.5.
No, the over-under. No, the over-under.
I don't know. I don't know the over-under.
I think something's like 45 or 46.
Yeah, there's no way it's over 50.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to get over. I don't think no.
I don't know if either team can even score 20. Like, I think, like I said, this is going to be probably like those 80s, early 90s Tennessee-Alabama games.
Well, and the games go a lot faster with these new rules.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like just running all the time. It's almost running at halftime. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I see the one thing that gives me more confidence about my Alabama team is we have the tendency to get up for the big games. But it's a question mark still because it's like, do you get up for this game? Do you improve this game? And Tennessee, for Tennessee, it's a winnable game. For Alabama, it's a winnable game. And
this game's a toss-up.
Yeah, man.
And here's the thing, like, I know everybody's talking about, the revenge factor and what happened last year. I know Alabama's going to be out for blood, but I think Tennessee's going to be out for blood too because they want to prove that they can win the big games on the road. Like, I feel like they're going to come out there with something to prove too. Like, I feel like don't be surprised if this game gets really chippy. Like, I feel like this is going to be one of those games you might see a fight or two.
Jermaine Burton.
Well, I mean, yeah, Jermaine Burton, hey, he didn't catch a domestic violence charge after that game last year. He might try to get one this year.
I think he's gonna get the charge this year on offense for murder. But Jermaine, Hands Burton, like my man KP say,
Hands Burton, baby, catching everything. Catching everything.
We'll see. But I'll and the thing is, too, for people that's watching, if you don't know, this series tends to be very streaky. Like, you'll have one team going like an 8-9 game winning streak, then the other team will break, and they'll go on a big long winning streak. They'll get broke. It's just that's kind of how this series goes. So, by history since, that means you would go with Tennessee because of the fact Tennessee broke the streak last year, and now they're about to go on their own little streak.
So for Tennessee, if they beat Alabama a second year in a row, what does that mean for y'all program? What does it mean to you and y'all program?
That means that we can win a big road game. That I think this says a lot about Heupel, the fact he's willing to adapt. He's not stubborn like a Jimbo Fisher or a Jeremy Pruitt or a Bush Jones or a Derek Dooley. He's willing to adapt his team to what he has. Like, he realizes he doesn't have the wide receiver play and the superstar quarterback out there, so he's going to take what the defense gives him. So if they're putting up a light box, he knows he can't throw the ball well, he's just going to run the ball down your throat. And to me,
what if you get in a situation where you can't run the ball?
Yeah.
Then we'll see what happens.
I ain't saying this game. I'm just to my any game.
Yeah, it would be difficult right now. That would be, if we got to solely rely on passing, I think that would be difficult unless Joe Milton decides that he's going to be a true dual threat quarterback. If he becomes a true dual threat quarterback, we can run on anybody because We will
Then
be
to
able to
try
run
to
the ball.
start mentioning Caleb Downs and Joe Milton. We was talking about that, how Caleb Downs like to come downhill. So I remember in one game, Caleb Downs came downhill and got ran slap over.
And that was that tennis, and that's that Texas game. And that's why I say that's the game he needed. That was the welcome to college football. That was the game. After that game, he grew up a lot since then. So,
Yeah.
I like Caleb Downs a lot going forward. Caleb Downs have been showing out ever since that game. He's been showing out.
But I tell you,
This game
we need Malachi Moore to come back, man.
Oh yeah,
bad.
That's a serious factor in the game. In our secondary is Malachi Moore. We need him. So
bad. So Jaylen Key, he's not it for me.
Who that?
Jaylen Key.
Oh yeah, he got some polishing up he needed to do. And there was signs for him you seen early in the season too. Like
and my thing is, where's Earl Little Jr.?
I guess he ain't making the cut, but I really thought Earl Little Jr. was gonna be a part of that defense this year.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm telling you, with the transfer portal thing going on, they better hurry up. Earl Little Jr. good, man. They better hurry up.
Yep.
So KB, I want to ask you, predict this game. How do you see this game going?
That's the way I say it. Alabama stacking the box. Putting the game in Joe Milton's hand. Tennessee destroying our daggone offensive line. Got goddamn Jaylen Milroe on the goddamn run all damn day. But I do see the offensive line holding up just enough to get at least 3 deep balls. I'm not saying touchdowns, at least 3 deep balls. I done gave you my score prediction. Yeah. So that's just the way I think I'm looking at two. I'm looking at 2 defenses that's going to be playing lights out. That's what I'm looking at. Two front sevens.
We can accumulate a run game, a small run game to keep it honest, to keep make them respect everything else.
Yeah,
make them respect the run.
I do. I ain't gonna say we gonna get 100 yards rushing.
Yeah,
but I say if we can pick up at least 80 to 90 yards, we might be all right.
Gotcha.
That'll keep it respectable.
Yeah, I got for Tennessee, I feel like Tennessee, they're gonna have to bring a balanced attack. If they get that run game going, that's gonna be a big factor. But I feel like they're gonna have to bring a balanced attack. But I think our defense gonna force them in uncomfortable situations. The matchup I'm scared of is our O line versus their D line. They get after it. And they get after it. We giving up sacks. I'm with you. I think we give up around 4 to 6 sacks. Do that mean we lose the game? It don't mean we lose the game. It just Milroe gonna have to be efficient with this throwing. And I think Milroe gonna have to I know he loves deep balls, but he gonna have to hit some of these short throws.
But my thing is Tommy Reese, he really don't call plays to get the ball out of his hands quick.
He doesn't. It's still
like we are last in the SEC in screen passes, slants, dead last. We don't even use RPO. Why not put him on the center sometimes and use play action? Hell, if you put him on the center, sometimes it'll cut out some of these bad snaps and shit.
Bad snaps, man. And that's
nobody lines up under center anymore. It's considered an old thing.
And my thing is, game 1, like when we had 3rd and 1, 4, we put him on the center and do the court and run that quarterback sneak. We can do that all day in short yardage. The dude is a big dude, and put a couple of backs behind him and push him forward.
Yeah,
it's simple.
We seen it during Arkansas game. They did it one time during. I think that's the one he scored on. I believe.
Man, I'm just saying, this shit is crazy. But
so
he needs to
try start sports out, Jay. Y'all predict this game. How do y'all see this game going?
I'll go first. So for me, this game, like I said, this screams like a 14-10, 17-14, hell, even like a 9-6. Like I could see it just being both teams getting field goals. Like I could see that kind of game. a la 92 Tennessee, Alabama, or 2011 LSU, Alabama. I can see that kind of game, because the fact that both defenses are playing at a really high level right now, and both offenses have issues. I mean, Jaylen Milroe's got that deep ball, but that's literally it. I don't see much from the running backs.
I can't say that's literally it, because he has shown that he can hit intermediate passes.
Not all the time.
No, not all the time. Hell no. Hell no.
And the thing is with that, I trust my linebackers enough to cover that. I trust Arian Carter, T. Lander, Aaron Beasley, Elijah Herring. I trust those guys to be able to handle that. So,
do you trust your linebackers enough? If we get Amari Black matched up on one of your linebackers, do you trust them enough?
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yes.
Amari Black catching everything, man. I'm telling you now.
Oh, he is. But I would think the guy that'd be on him would probably be Aaron Beasley.
We gotta get Amari Black more involved. We say that it's one of them things we say here. We gotta get him more involved.
We need to get Dylan Sampson more involved, for God's sakes.
Sure. Sports Talk Jay, how do you see this game going?
It's going to be tough. I think that point spread's probably fairly accurate to what, Vegas usually is pretty close. It feels like a 7-point game. I think that it's at Tuscaloosa is a big factor. We have not played well on the road. So I think it's going to be really important that our defense really makes Jaylen Milroe uncomfortable the entire day, and really exactly like they did with Spencer Radler, exactly like they did with the Texas A&M Max Johnson. I think they're going to have to really ruin his day for us to have a shot at winning this ball game. If he has a clean game and doesn't get harassed, we'll not win that game. We just won't. We've got to make it miserable for him, and that's not going to be easy to do at Tuscaloosa, but that's going to be the key to the game, because I think Joe's going to play like he does. He's going to throw for probably 180 yards, something like that. That's typically what I would expect out of him. He'll make some good decisions. He'll make a few great throws. Will our receivers catch them? We'll see. We're going to be able to run the ball, especially if Joe Milton decides he wants to run like he did the second half of that last game. We'll be able to run the ball decently, I would think. But this is an uphill battle. It just is. I mean, to win in Tuscaloosa is very difficult.
Yeah, it is. But for my Alabama team, can we get 4 quarters out of y'all? Can we get 4 quarters out of y'all? That has been my thing about Alabama. That makes me nervous. Like, we come out of play one half. Either Arkansas, it was the first half. Second half, I don't know what time to reach out. I don't know what was going on. But can we get 4 quarters of football? If we get 4 quarters of football, I believe a lot of things work well with us. Jaylen Milroe, Tommy Reese, running back room. We have to get the running backs involved. If it's not a pass, if it's not running, let's get them involved in the screenplays. We cannot have our running backs not be a factor in some way. It's too many athletes if they can't run the ball, that's it. Screenplays. We like you said, KB, we like bottom of the SEC for screenplays. This is the game to get this going. This is the game to spread it out a little bit. Let's get y'all involved. Milroe, if it's there, take it. No hesitation. I know you want to prove you can throw the ball or whatever. You can throw the ball down the field, but use your best attribute. Use your best attribute, because if you run the ball, I think Tennessee defense struggles with the running quarterback. That puts pressure on them. And then guess what? They can bring somebody up in the box with these screens and stuff, and your deep ball will be there. I think you're going to hit some deep ball because I know that's what you do. Burton, Bun, maybe Hale, Prentice, or somebody, they're going to get loose at least 3 times in the game, I feel. Will they connect with all 3? I believe we can at least get 2 or 3, but it's going to be a hard-fought game. It's going to be a close game. And me, I got my Alabama Christmas tie winning a close one. and I'm going with like a 3-point win or something like that.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think if either team wins, it's going to be something like a 17-14, a 14-10. Like, this is what this is feeling like. Just an ugly game, just an absolute slugfest.
Do you think this game comes down to another field goal in the end?
Possibly.
Matter of fact, how good is y'all kicker?
He's good.
He's
Oh,
good.
damn.
I would be fine with this game coming down to the last second and a field goal. I would be fine with that. I would feel good about that. And that would give us a good at least 50-50 shot at it, because it's probably, when you go in and you play a team that's favored by 7, 8, 9, 10 points, if you can get down and make it a really tight game and pull it out at the end, that would be fine with me. That would, I'd love a shootout at the very end. That would just suit me fine. I just want to see us win a game on the road with Joe Milton. That's what I want to see, because I've not seen that yet to really speak.
Not in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
I do.
2003.
I don't want to see it.
2003 was the last time.
Yep, 2003. That was Casey Clausen, the 5 overtime game.
Man, Jesus. I can't take another year of y'all.
I'd kill to have Casey Clausen right now.
He was clutch. Clausen was clutch.
Well, they called him the Iceman for a reason.
Yeah, he did. He looked like the Iceman.
But I'll tell you what. I'll ask y'all this: Are y'all gonna ever stop singing about the state of Tennessee?
No, we own that song like we own Tennessee.
That's right. After we beat y'all, I got my own song.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
That's why I'm enjoying all 365 days of this.
Hopefully I get to sing.
Right?
Hopefully. But like I said, I'm not buying no cigar. I'm not buying a cigar till after the game.
Yeah.
I spent $40 on a cigar last year. $40. I'm not doing it again.
Well, see, here's the thing. You're doing it wrong. You just need to do like I do. Go to the gas station, get you a $2 Black and Mild. That'll be fine.
No.
Hey, TriStar.
I want the big one.
Man, I already said I'm going to get like a White Owl or a Philly or a Swisher or something, because I don't smoke no way. So I'm like, I ain't finna go spend no money on no cigar.
Man. Lord, hey, I don't smoke either. I was just gonna light that one up and save it to this year.
Hey, I gotta say something. At one point I had 50 in the chat. Hey, this is the most I ever had. So right now I got 46. Please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I gotta give us a shout out to TriStar. TriStar, we did a show last week. And he put that bug in my ear, and he said he'll get Sports Talk Jay for me. He'll try to get him. Sports Talk Jay, I appreciate you coming on for me. It means a lot to me. Kangaroo Black, I always appreciate you, and I thank you a lot with this YouTube journey, because you've been helping me out big time. So I appreciate both of y'all. TriStar, you're a solid dude, man. You look out, and I appreciate that, TriStar.
Oh, absolutely, man. You got me on here anytime.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you again, like I said, I don't understand why those dumb Alabama rednecks like to sing about Tennessee. I just don't get it.
I told you we own that song like we own y'all, man.
I mean,
hey, I want to give a shout out to Sports Talk, Jay. If you ain't subscribed to his channel, if you're an Alabama fan, Georgia fan, South Carolina, anybody, if you like SEC football, I'm sure if you're watching this, you do. Go subscribe to Sports Talk Jay's channel. All right.
Hell, if you're
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hell, if you're a Georgia Tech fan, go subscribe to them. They're SEC. For God's sake.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Oklahoma and Texas too. But go subscribe to his channel. He got great content, and I want to thank Sports Talk Jay too for showing me some love in his videos, because he put a lot of Tennessee fans hooked a lot of Tennessee fans onto my channel too. Yeah. So appreciate that, Sports Talk Jay.
No problem. I like authentic content. I love authentic content, and you put out a lot, of funny stuff too that I think's entertaining. And I know you've got another personality that shows up every once in a while on your show.
Yeah.
I like that
My
kind of,
Sonny
that's
Black.
the kind of stuff I enjoy.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. This rivalry, I have to live this every day because if y'all don't know, Junior knows this. I think Jay might know it. See, my wife is a die-hard Alabama fan. Die-hard.
Boy, I tell you.
She a good American.
You married a smart woman.
She's a great American. Like my boy Two Times said, you're a great American.
No, well, here's what happened. Here's what happened. So for about 5 years, she lived in Jasper, Alabama. So that's how that. And anyways, last year we was at my mom's house watching that game, and of course, I went and bought a big bottle of Jameson, for being my stepdad, and I was about 20 shots in. I was pretty lit up. I probably will be for this one too, except I think I'll be home. But anyways, so Chase McGrath hits that field goal, and I'm like flipping her off and saying "go to hell" and all that stuff.
Oh no!
And she takes the kids and leaves me because we was at my mom's house. She leaves my ass at my mom's house, and she ghosted me for a week.
Oh no! Oh, that's classic.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but let everybody know, all y'all, everybody's information is in my description. So Sports Talk Jay, TriStar, and TriStar, he actually does the work. He works with Mark Rogers in my own voice. He does all the post game stuff. Yeah, and he doing good over there. So y'all go to subscribe to Mark Rogers, Sports Talk Jay, and TriStar. He actually has a channel too, and like I said, all of it is in my description. So please do me a favor. If you're not subscribed to them, please go do that. I thank y'all very much. Alabama wins big. Any final words, Sports Talk Jay?
No, I appreciate you guys. I was looking forward to meeting Kangaroo too in person, so to speak. I've watched so much of his content. I told him before we started the show, I feel like I know the guy. I literally feel like I know him. I've watched so much of his content. And
we know each other.
Know what's going on with Bama, I always go to him. Or sometimes Bama Standard. I really like listening to the former players. They're really good. So, stuff like that. But Kangaroo, he does a lot of stuff that entertain. I just find it entertaining.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like I say,
and I'll tell you what. Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say.
Go ahead, Trusto.
We was all interrupting each other. Anyways, so you know what I would kill to have right now?
What's up?
A light.
Cajun, well, I got that.
You got some
I'm driving down the road, so I
know. I'm just teasing.
I would love to be back home and get me a Cajun filet biscuit from Bojangles right now.
We'll do about
I'm telling y'all.
No, I was finna say. I think it was you that put me on Sports Talk, Jake. I think it was you that found the video where he put. Yeah. And you sent me the link. Yeah.
I think actually that might have been the first time I ever featured another I don't know if maybe I had before, but that was one of the first ones I ever did. I was just in so much shock that we won that ball game. It was so exciting. And I was sitting there watching these Alabama videos, and it was just 15 years of struggling. It was very therapeutic across the board. We needed that. That's hard to lose for 15 straight. That's hard.
Yeah. Yep. And I'll tell you this too. I'll never forget. I think I was doing a live stream with KB, and Uncle Lou on his college show decided to start streaming us for some reason.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
I was like, why the hell is he streaming us?
Hey,
he loves YouTube content. He'll show up anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, he will.
He just does.
Yep.
He'll show up on mine out of nowhere.
And everybody in the chat, just to let y'all know too. I'm a Bama fan. I'm a diehard Bama fan, but I have other fan bases on and just talk about that game. Like I'm gonna try to set up an LSU and the Auburn one. Like I do those too as well. So If y'all here for college football, y'all can get the college football here, KB, anywhere. Y'all can get it, man. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight, man. I appreciate y'all for that, man.
Oh yeah, man.
No problem, man.
Yep.
So we're gonna get out of here. It's about to end. But right now, my other guys, they got a channel, Bam Damn Sports. And very entertaining. So if y'all ain't doing that when we get over here, y'all go check Bam Damn Sports out. Y'all go check it out. I'm about to put it up right here.
Yeah, they on tonight too.
Yeah,
those people are like the old men. If you went down to the Jackson Gadsden or something in the morning and they were in there talking about war stories or something.
I'm trying to stop.
See, here I know Alabama too well. Like, hey, my favorite barbecue place is in Decatur, so Big Bob Gibson's.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that white sauce, dude. That barbecue chicken with that white sauce on it. Oh my god, that stuff. Oh my god, dude! I've been wanting that for like a year. So bad because anytime I get close to Decatur, I
a couple of times too, man.
I always make sure I park my truck where it'll fit, and I'll just walk in there and eat me like two big giant things of barbecue chicken. I eat way too much, and I end up getting sick. I don't care. It's too good. And I'll say this before I go. Alabama sucks. Bunch of dumb rednecks. James Spann's a horrible meteorologist. Let me see what else.
We don't give a damn about nothing but the time.
The Alabama gang and NASCAR sucked. Birmingham is a rundown shithole. Montgomery ain't far off. Anytime I go to Tuscaloosa, I feel like I'm about to get robbed. I mean, it's literally like looking at housing projects in 100,000 seat stadium.
Going to Tuscaloosa is the highlight of your life.
No, it wasn't.
Every time you go.
I mean, listen, when I go to the Pilot down there in Tuscaloosa and I see a bunch of junkies hanging out trying to ask me for money, I mean, seriously, come on now.
Hey,
I rather go to the Loves and
1 to 15. If this was baseball, y'all batting averages suck. If this was basketball, y'all shooting averages suck. And this is football. Your football average against Alabama sucks.
Now, see, we were having a nice ending, then TriStar had to start talking smack.
No, I spent that on TriStar. TriStar, that's my guy.
I know.
But y'all go tune in to Bam Down Sports. I appreciate y'all. Roll Tide.
And all day, every day. We don't give a damn about nothing but the Tide, baby.
Go Vols for y'all. Come on.
Right.
And we out. I appreciate everybody tuning in, but we out. Thank y'all.
All right, roll Tide.
See you guys.
Roll Tide.
All right.
oh, hell no. We ain't doing that bullshit. Have a good night.